Okay, folks, welcome back with me, Phil 2 Real. You're watching part 17 of the Metal Gear Solid Delta Let's Play. So, this is a little bit of a meaty part, but we actually were able to get this trimmed down to 33 minutes from about, I would say about 40-ish minutes, because we actually had to edit some stuff out, and then we actually sped some parts up that kind of dragged on a little bit too much, if you ask me. So hopefully y'all appreciate that. So, let's go ahead and go this way. There are two secret reels in this part of the game. One of them is going to be with this group of soldiers that are running drills. I guess their commander or squad leader shooting in the air saying, "Hurry up, go, do this shit and do these runs or whatever,
You
you
want to
know."
save?
But
Snake, have you
but
seen Doctor
it's a bit of a
Strangelove or
pain
How I
because
Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb?
you
What?
have to
Doctor Strangelove. Have you seen
I
it?
don't know. I got lucky. The only way I can describe it
No.
is try to
It's
take
about
out the
this
guards
insane American
that are
Air Force
running.
commander who sends a
So
bomber out
tranquilize
to
them, take
drop
them
an H
out,
bomb on Russia.
and then the
It's
guard
about
who's actually the one shooting in the air, he's actually the one that has the reel, and that is the one that is very tricky because he's so near his people, he will actually start to run away or notice his men are going down, and that's it's a bit tricky. And remember, you can't hit these guards because if you hit the guard, you lose the reel, and you don't want them to go in alert status because if they go in alert status, you can't hold them up. So you have to. I don't know how you could do this without alerting the guards, uh, but I was able to do it in caution, and I got super lucky. I got super lucky because I'm over here thinking, okay, let me go ahead and let this guy go all the way to the right. He's going to check up on his guy, and I can drop him. I should have done that. I should have waited till he was all the way over there, but you know what? This worked out in my favor anyways. So I took out the three people that were running those drills with him, and he's going to run all the way to the left. And here's what made it very lucky. So right here, just keep on shooting. That guard will go down eventually. Okay. And the guard right there is the one with the reel. So I got super lucky. I was like, I'm just going to yellow it. I'm only going to yellow it because that's the only thing I got left to do. And what's crazy, he knocked the guard and woke him up, right? And so I'm like, okay, let me just knock him right back out. And the guy's probably thinking, what is going on? But I was able to do it, and it was just complete luck. That was probably like my 6th or 7th attempt at it.
No, wait.
I thought this was frustrating. This ain't frustrating. Frustrating is the final reel of the game, and you gotta worry about Eva, and then you gotta worry about like figuring out which one of the guys actually has the reel. And it took me a long time to figure out which one had the reel. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. For a long minute, I was thinking about, I'm just gonna take him out because this shit was so annoying. But no, he lives. I'm trying to get this damn ammo and all this stuff. But yeah, so go back into Groznyj Grad and we can go ahead and start back and find the Shagohod. And so now we just got to go and figure out where exactly we got to go. And where to go is actually the same as uh, where we, not quite where, well, I mean, you already know where it's at. So go back up. I don't know why I went stupid there for a minute. So go up here, just like where we put Major Rykov. I was going to say General Rykov, but it's Major Rykov. And there's two uniforms you can get here. One is a maintenance guy gear, which, I mean, it could be kind of useful if you're trying to go for a no kill run, or you're trying to go for like a no shoot run, which is pretty insane, which is that one. I don't even think you can go with a no shoot run. The other one I just passed it, but I'm going to go back in, is to get the sneak in suit, which is in the locker where we put General Rykov. But we're going to go ahead and let this cutscene play out because we need to let it play out because it's plot important. Major, I'm in.
Snake, I see you've managed to sneak into the hangar.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Shagohod's in here.
The completed Phase 2 Shagohod represents a grave threat to the West. We
I
can't
like
allow
the
it to be
conversation between
mass-produced.
Major and Snake
Got
and
to
Sigget
destroy it.
here.
Eva's got the data on the Shagohod. Do you think that's safe?
This
Well, I
part
wouldn't exactly say
specifically.
it's safe, but Khrushchev is a shrewd leader. I can't imagine he'd use it for anything other than deterrence. Volgin, however, is a different story. He's planning to use the Shagohod to turn the Cold War into a blazing hot one. We can't let him have it.
Agreed.
That leaves just one more mission for you to carry out.
The boss.
Exactly. For now, just focus on destroying the Shagohod.
Yes, sir.
I'll let Sigint fill you in on how to destroy it.
Yo,
like Eva
bro.
was saying, if you're looking to blow the whole place sky high, the best way is to take out those liquid fuel tanks with the C3. You know there's 4 tanks in there, right?
Now, Sigurt's
You
going to
have to
explain
put
all this, but I
C3
want
on
to go
all
and talk
4 of
over him
them.
just a little bit.
To plan a
Uh,
C3 charge, all you gotta do
what
is equip
Major
the
said
C3 and
about
press the attack button while standing near a tank.
Khrushchev and
Just like
Volgin,
TNT.
I've always
But,
found it.
make
Well,
sure
I
you don't
guess he's
plant it
just
in the
picking the
wrong
lesser
place.
two
You
evils
barely
because
got enough
Khrushchev
C3 as it
probably
is,
wouldn't
right?
want to
Good point.
start a
I'll
hot
make
war,
sure
at
not
least
to
the
plant it anywhere
Khrushchev
else.
that's
Could, man.
they describe in this
And be
game.
careful.
I
Liquid
don't
fuel
really
has a
know how
nasty
Khrushchev
habit of
was.
going off at the slightest shock.
Because I wasn't
So don't
alive
go
back
using
then,
any
and I'm
heavy
not Russian.
firepower
But
near the
anyways,
tanks unless
I
you're
imagine
aiming to get
when you
yourself
compare Volgin
barbecued.
against him, then yeah, he's
I'll
the
keep
lesser
that
of
in
two evils.
mind.
But man, why'd you like
The
leave
C3
all that
charges
to the
all have to
enemy?
go
I
off
mean,
at once
just
if you wanna
destroy
bring
it.
down the hangar
Like,
in one fell swoop.
anyways,
So if I were you,
but
I'd wait
he's
until
talking about the
after you
data,
press the
and the
last charge to
data
start the
is in
timer mechanism.
Eva's hands,
All
so
right.
that's a
I'll
bit
make
of a
sure I
problem. That
finish
means the
planting all 4
KGB
charges
is
before I
still going
start
to
the
have it.
timer.
Once the timer's set,
But it's a shame
you've
what
got
happens to
20
Sigint
minutes
in the
until it
future Metal Gear
explodes, right?
Solid games.
So
I
make
really
sure you
like
get your
Sigint.
ass out of that
He
place
adds
by
a
then.
little bit of
I
light
think that's
humor
about all I've got.
to the group
Rest
that
is up
we
to you.
got, because Major is
Good
very
luck, pal.
by the book.
I'm
Snake
counting
is
on
the
you, Snake.
operative, who's like kind of a, I guess depending on how you look at it, middle of the road kind of humor. You got Paramedic, who's kind of serious but tries to be a little bit humorful, and then you got the Mel Fatale. I forget how to say it in Eva. So very, very kind of diverse characters in terms of you know what, that's probably why we get the sneaking suit. But characters, and I don't know, Sigint, it's just, to me, he seems like the most comedic out of everyone because the way he talks and the type of person he becomes later in Metal Gear Solid just kind of like makes me sad, especially the way he dies. So this is the sneaking suit that we got, and this is the suit that was inside the Raiden/Rykov locker, and it's very, very useful, as Sigint's about to explain.
Some funky clothes you're wearing.
Yeah, it's called a sneaking
It's kind of like
suit.
a prototype, I
Sneaking
bet.
suit. What's that all about?
I'm not sure, but it looks like what the boss was wearing.
Huh. Well, whatever it is, it's a fine piece of work.
Fine piece of work.
The suit seems to be made of some kind of special bulletproof fiber. Wearing it should reduce all the damage you take by half.
Very useful.
The waterproofing and heat and moisture insulation are top-notch. Just having it on will reduce the amount of stamina you burn. It even increases your overall camo index. You got yourself a keeper, Snake.
Yeah, maybe we should make it the official uniform of Fox.
It's a very, very useful uniform. And also, it's very
Shagohod
interesting that
is
he
in the
says
hangar
that
of
we
the
should
Heavy
probably make
Current.
this the official uniform of Fox, because that uniform he's wearing, I bet, well, obviously it probably is, but it's probably the precursor to the sneaking suit that Snake wears, and that's kind of sort of like a precursor to the skeleton suit that Raiden wears, which that's probably like a precursor to the Octo Camo sneaking suit that Snake uses in Metal Gear Solid 4. But here, this whole part, I'm going to go ahead and put it in 2x speed because I felt like this dragged on way too long. And it was like the majority of the time that this part kind of like, it really dragged. And I really wanted to get to the dialogue in the boss fight, because the boss fight in this part is by far my favorite boss fight in the entire game, even more so than the boss fight with the boss. Even though that fight has some pretty good moments as well. I think the boss's fight at the end of the game in this game is better than the original one, but this fight that we get in this, it became a lot better in MGS Solid, so, or MGS Solid Delta. So we're gonna go ahead and put the C3 on these fuel containers. Now the thing to remember is, do not shoot these damn containers with any sort of lethal weapon. I don't think they explode with like tranquilizer darts like the M22 and the Mosin Nagant, but I still wouldn't risk it. And there is one secret rail in here as well. It's going to be towards the left near that specific fuel tank. Not this one, but the other one that's there. So you hit 2 and then Eva will call you.
Snake,
Eva,
I finished planting the bomb on the rail
Also, I
bridge.
got done playing my
If we get
bombs.
rid of the bridge, the enemy won't be able to follow us. That should at least buy us some time.
Clever girl.
I've also set up the escape route. How are things going on your end?
I just finished planting the second charge. Give me a little more time.
Okay, I'll be waiting for you at the bridge.
You know, it's kind of interesting that she did that, and considering what happens up ahead in a little bit. So I wonder, I don't want to spoil it, but it's interesting that she says she got done planting the bombs and then she's about to be in the next scene.
Disgusting.
So right here, that guard that I'm kind of like stalking, I'm trying to see if he has the real, but I can't exactly see, but I also don't want to take a chance. So I'm waiting for him to actually turn away. For the longest time I thought I was going to shoot, but I was like, nah, I know there's one in here, because I used a little bit of a guide to figure out where the secret rails are, and this is one of them. So all we gotta do is just sneak up behind him, hold him up, and get him. But of course, there's a freaking maintenance man there, so we make him go night-night, hold this guy up, and we get the real, and we still get he gots it, which is actually one of my favorites with the End and Ocelot humorously, and then also Eva. I recommend giving it a watch. So go up here, go ahead and plant the C3. We'll end this section, and then we'll kind of be railroaded into the end of the game. This scene also with Snake trying to make this into a butterfly, pretty cool, because now he's kind of shown that he's gotten used to his he doesn't have any depth perception. At least I think that's what it's called when you don't have an eye and you only have one. You have no depth perception, which I imagine took him a while to get used to. But then I bet you this section from when he got his eye patch till now, I bet you it's like maybe like an hour or two, maybe. I bet.
Got you this time.
Such an epic line. I also turned off the subtitles for the next part. Dude, go hide somewhere before you freaking call on the radio.
Major, I finished planting the C3. I'm on my way out now.
Hurry, Snake.
Is Eva taking care of the escape route?
Yeah,
Are you sure?
she can handle it.
All right then. Well, hurry up and get out
So
of
much
there.
trust in her now. All right, we get a pretty awesome cutscene here.
Snake!
So what, y'all just snug in here and just waited like, hey, y'all fly, stay quiet here. We got this. It wasn't never going to be that easy. Interesting, she
Why'd you
didn't break
come
the
then?
gun this time. Because it's my mission, boss, because you taught me better. Oh, he's getting better. I love these encounters with the boss because it shows that Snake, even though he's being more and more overpowered by the boss, he's getting better. And this time he lasted a lot longer than he did the last two times. But, god dang it, Ocelot. But what's this? Oh shit. So, the Sorrow is telling us how much time is left on those C3s. And it looks like we only got 13 minutes. And we're going to get a big info dump here. I'll stay quiet for most of it. Most of it.
This woman was found snooping around my underground vault. When she was captured, look what we found on her. The Philosopher's Legacy.
Bro, you had to open your damn mouth. That's what everyone freaking wants, probably.
This microfilm contains all the information regarding the Legacy. You might say that this film itself is the Philosopher's Legacy.
It was the smell that gave her away. No, not the perfume.
And then what?
It was gasoline. Motorcycle gasoline.
I love that
She reeked of it.
I love that hint that he's been doing ever
To
since he
think that
first
lovely
met Eva.
Tatiana was a spy. We found this radio along with her too.
And Volgin ain't having none more of that radio.
Such a fine woman she was. It almost pains me to have to kill her. Yes, she was an obedient one. She was my precious little pet. Isn't that right? What was that?
It's kind of clever of her
Do you
to
have
do
something
that
to
to
say
lure
to
him
me?
in, but this ain't gonna work either.
Go to hell.
You dirty whore.
Hey, language now.
I've had enough kisses from you. I should have known. Sokolov wasn't man enough to have a lover like that.
It's
Just
interesting
like
the
the
dynamic
KGB to
between
send
Solid Snake
something
and Naked
so
Snake.
beautiful,
Snake
yet so
in this
gay.
game has bonds
What is the
and
philosopher's legacy?
wants to protect them. Solid Snake and
Very
Metal Gear
well.
Solid kind of is like opposite
explain
at the
it
very
before I
beginning, and
kill
then
you.
kind of learns to trust people
During the
again
last
at the
Great
end of the
War,
game,
the most powerful
despite
men
all
in
the
America,
betrayals and
China,
lies
and the
in
Soviet
that
Union
game.
had a secret pact.
This I will talk a little bit over, but this part right here, very fascinating. The Philosopher's Legacy, what it is, and as an idea, because I believe the Philosopher's Legacy in this game is $100 billion with a fucking B. And you would think, if you think in today's amount of money, $100 billion is still a lot of money. That's more money than any one normal person can conceivably spend. But it's crazy when you go and think about what that money is worth today. It's pretty crazy. I did a little bit of research before we started recording this video, and that is about $100 billion in 1945 money, which I know this is in the 60s, but the $100 billion was conceived in the 1945-ish. It would be roughly equivalent to 1.7 trillion with a freaking T dollars, which is pretty insane. That's like more than like the GDP of like every for like majority of major countries. I think maybe the only two countries that come to mind is like the United States and China in today's world. That amount of money is not greater than. So it's very interesting that these three countries pulled all that money together. But also, I think Volgin made a little mention that after the war they split up the money, and the United States and the USSR bought up all the scientific minds of Germany at the time. And
this microfilm contains a record of all those transactions.
I don't know if they did that before Volgin's dad got the legacy, but I don't know if that's a plot hole or not. But I think the way I've always interpreted it is that he got the United States and USSR used their portion of the legacy to buy those mines away from Germany, while I guess after that Volgin's dad was able to steal the legacy. That's how I've always interpreted it.
I was forced to turn to Khrushchev's dog.
And of course, with that money, he decides to build an incredible unit and dream team of soldier power and technological power for the 60s. As he's about to explain. Or he did explain, but he's going to finish explaining.
The spy network established by the secret pact still existed. I used it to contact the boss and suggested that she defect. The boss was conniving enough to see things.
Adds a whole new meaning to like the freaking like people running the world behind the scenes, at least the way that Metal Gear Solid's having it talk about.
We will use the legacy to heal that rift.
You know, the end doesn't look too bad in that picture. He's probably like maybe 20 years younger in there.
To do this, we need strength.
I'm just 80 years old here now.
Enough power to bring order to the world.
I really like this picture a lot.
That trump card was to be the Shagohod and the Cobra.
I wonder if that's also before the Fury went freaking insane too.
I have lost the Cobra.
No, you still got the joy,
I still
dude.
have the Shagohod and the legacy. There is nothing America can do to stop us.
Bro's just flexing. I got this, I got this, I got this.
Take this someplace safe. Take good care of it.
Yeah, that smug look on her face. She'll...
He wouldn't have come waltzing back in here unless he had a reason. The C3's been stolen.
I'm willing to bet.
He must be planning some sort of
I'm
sabotage.
willing to bet the way this game set it up.
I'll go
At
see if
first
there are any
glance, when you
surprises
watch
waiting
it,
for us.
the very first time you play this game, you get the idea that the boss right here
dispose of her as
just
well.
wants the philosopher's legacy and is still using like that loyalty that Volgin thinks he has from her.
Leave everything
to-
to me.
I guess what I'm trying to say is she's trying to keep him from thinking that she's betraying him, and she's going to use that legacy for her own means. But that's not actually what happens. Very fascinating that she says leave everything to me, to Eva,
Fight like a warrior, Volgin.
and not the stupid shitty type
But
that
of course.
wants to, when he starts losing, to tell someone to shoot Snake. I got this. Looks like we're gonna have a 2-on-1 battle with Ocelot and Volgin.
Let me face him.
That would have been very cool if we had that, but that's not what happens.
I've been waiting for this moment. Time to get even.
I've been waiting for this moment. They use that line a lot in Metal Gear Solid. Alright, let's do the CQC against guns.
No more judo and no more field strips.
Bro, stop pulling your freaking guns and do either fight or shoot, man. Here we go.
Enough of this.
Volgin's like, alright, you had your turn, you wasted it, my turn. And this dude's taking off the damn gloves. I like to think those gloves act as a sort of inhibitor
You will stand
for his
right there
electricity,
and watch.
and when he doesn't have it,
Please,
his
Colonel,
electricity
let
is
me-
like a
Silence!
lot more powerful. That's what I've always thought. Also, ain't having none of that shit. He wanted to have his showdown with Snake, one way or the other. It's like, well, I'll just go ahead and shoot him, and I'll shoot you too. I don't understand why Ocelot did that, other than maybe he's just pissed off at Volgin, because as you're gonna find out here, Volgin's not gonna be threatened by guns at all in this fight unless his back's turned to you. And how much time we got left, Sorrow? 7 fucking minutes, man. Come on, man. Let's hurry up and have this fight. And you're always gonna have 5 minutes when you fight Volgin. It doesn't matter if you skip all the cutscenes. It's always a 5-minute fight.
Sorry for the delay.
Oh man, I love this
Let's
fight.
get
I
started,
love this fight
shall
against
we?
Volgin so damn much. We even get our own gladiatorial arena in the hangar. Now, I'm going to go ahead and talk a little bit over this cutscene because I'm not going to have very much time to talk in the next scene because I prepared a little bit something
This
special.
is a once-in-a-lifetime battle.
You want to use
Let's make it a
CQC
good
against
one.
Volgin, otherwise you're not going to be able to beat him in time, and you're only going to want to use guns whenever he's down or when his back's away from you. But yeah, he's going to power up right here, quite literally. I always thought that was really cool, but I also wonder how that doesn't sit off his bullets. So this boss fight, also, I did something interesting. I went ahead and had the radio conversations recorded separately, and I went ahead and had the audio put on the game, the conversations,
You and me now.
and I went ahead and had them subtitled. So in a way, it kind of looks like Snake is listening to the others while he's fighting with Volgin, and I just thought it made a really cool thing. And I've never seen that before in any Let's Plays, but maybe I haven't seen them, but I want to say mine is like the first one to try something like this. And hopefully it's kind of cool. This is how I imagine like Snake talks to his helpers on his radio or codec while he's fighting the boss. Alright, you got this, man. Don't die because I want to fight you next. And at first I like how Volgin has this sense of honor, but at the middle point of the fight he drops all that honor because he doesn't want to lose. Alright, let's start this. My favorite boss fight of the entire game.
You're mine, son of the boss.
Alright, let's get started.
Snake, watch out for Volgin's electric shock attacks. If you're shocked while equipping a gun, the bullets inside the magazine will ignite and the gun will explode. But he should be vulnerable just after launching a series of shock attacks. Avoid the attacks and either shoot him from his blind side or engage him directly with punches or CQC. And don't forget that the timer is still ticking on the C3 detonators. When it reaches 0, it's all over. You've got to finish him off before then.
When Volgin is discharging electricity from his body, you'll get electrocuted just by touching him, so you can't grab him with CQC. When Volgin isn't discharging electricity, however, that's your chance to use CQC. Attack Volgin whenever you see an opening.
Volgin seems to be deflecting bullets away by wrapping a powerful electromagnetic field around his body. You won't hit him if you fire at him from the front. If you're going to attack him with a gun, do it from the side or the back.
Alright, so that was the 3 conversations I had. But one thing I remember about Volgin as well is you always gotta remember to smoke your cigar. Because if you don't smoke your cigar when you fight Volgin, you ain't doing this right. This is my little self-imposed handicap on Volgin because I like this fight so much. It makes it a little bit more thrilling. And you can actually shoot Ocelot up there and knock him out if you want. But I mean, you're just wasting time. Don't do that. Just CQC the fuck out of Volgin. I don't know why it interrupts this fight halfway through, but I like the idea that they're like beating the shit out of each other and they're both tired. They're in Volgin's side, so he's at it. And also, I ain't going to have that either because he wants to freaking beat Snake. And he also made a, as he's about to say here, a promise to a certain someone.
Sorry, Colonel. I'm afraid I can't do that.
What do you mean you can't?
I made a promise to the boss.
Silence! I am your commanding officer.
I bet you he did that and he also tired him out even more.
Are you questioning my authority?
Fight like a man, Volgin.
Volgin?
Volgin?
Emergency. Explosives have been detected. All non-EOD personnel must evacuate immediately.
Ocelot, find those bombs!
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be doing that.
Repeat. Explosives have been detected. All non-EOD
I like how
personnel
Snake's
must
like, what are you going to do,
evacuate immediately.
not Volgin, Ocelot.
Move it!
Huh.
Man has a man crush on fucking Snake. Or he just admires him that much as a soldier. And I like that first person view where the right side's a little bit more darker than the left because of his eye. Alright, ready for round 2.
Ready for some more?
Alright, let's get this shit done. Alright, so in the second phase he'll actually start making a shield and throw bullets everywhere. Crawl and then you'll avoid all of them. And he fucking roundhouse kicked me like Jean-Claude fucking Damme. Anyways, let's go ahead and kind of wait for an opportunity. You can't punch him like I just did there. You can only use CQC, grab and throw him to the ground. And there's 2 different types of CQCs you can do on Volgin. One is what I just did. The other one is you'll block an attack and push him away. Kind of like, it's not a hard CQC grab. It's more like a deflection. And normally when he does that, he'll kick. And you can CQC counter that kick as well for a pretty cool scene. But if you wear the Rykov face, you'll get a free pot shot on Volgin, but the catch is he'll fucking drop kick you, and I can't think of any time I've actually dodged this fucking drop kick. Like fucking just freaking drop kicks you. But then take the mask off and you just can fight him like normal. And a couple interesting things about this boss fight. If you throw mushrooms or you throw frogs at Volgin, his electric attacks will actually be attracted to that stuff. It's pretty interesting. You ain't roundhouse kicking me again, bro. Put your ass on the ground. Oh man, I love this music. Clash with Evil personified. Clash with Evil personified. Sorry, man, this is one of the best tracks in freaking Metal Gear. It really is. The whole Metal Gear series. Because in one hand, oh man, I love that Snake still is Snake at this point in his life, and it kind of, the way this track is kind of like worded, it's very prophetic about what happens to and who he's fighting with the song playing. Because in a way, Volgin's like a mirror of Snake for later in his life, and also for Metal Gear Solid V in a way. Because spoiler alert, there's a legacy to Volgin in Metal Gear Solid 5, I guess is what I'm gonna say. I'm not worried about that. Get your ass on the ground. Take a pot shot and keep going. But yeah, just do CQC, hit Volgin with the Mosin Nagant and the Mark 22 if you want to beat him by stamina. Otherwise, you can just shoot him and do damage that way. When you beat him, you'll actually get the Cold War CQC camo, and it's, I don't know what its special effect is, but after you beat Volgin, he'll fall down and he'll drop that, and then you can absolutely yeah, the thing that Snake does after he beats a victim or decides to find a wolf, like Metal Gear Solid 1's case. Anyways, that's it. Volgin's dead. He's gonna get blown up. The Shagohod's gonna go up with him, and all we gotta do is find the boss and take her out, and probably secure the Fall of Philosopher's legacy, and the world will be safe and sound. Probably until 2005, or it's until I like the scene how Volgin's like looking up at the Shagohod. It looks like he's looking at Snake, like he's like, oh, he's getting away, but he's actually looking at something else, not Snake. He's looking at the Shagohod. I wonder why. There's no way he can make it up there in time. Everyone's gonna die, blow up, and yeah. I like how Snake also is running the way he's running. Like he's freaking exhausted fighting Volgin. It's probably like the hardest fight in his whole life. But with that, folks, we're at the end of this part. If you like it, please consider liking the part, commenting, and then subscribe if you like it, and ding that notification bell for notifications. And I'll catch you wonderful folks on the next one. Later and bye. Let's get the hell out of here, Snake.